Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna make homemade bread. We're gonna make it from scratch. I'm gonna walk you through the steps on how to make it, and we're gonna reveal the end result when it's done. So let's get a cup of coffee and get started. Hey everyone, welcome to Simple Country Creations. I'm Trisha. Some of you guys might have seen me over on The Country Called Us with Jeff, who is literally sitting behind the camera making fun of me because this is like the 5th take that we've done. But today we are going to make some homemade bread. I got my little recipe right here. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to make it. And by the end of the video, we should have some good bread. I'm not sure because every time I make bread, it turns out really dense, but we'll see. So keep watching till the end. All right, so our first step in making homemade bread, guys, is that you have to activate the yeast, and that takes about 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do, the recipe itself calls for a half a cup of sugar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a half a cup of sugar in a separate bowl, because to activate the yeast, you have to have sugar and warm water, and you're gonna take the sugar out of your half a cup that you're gonna make your bread in. So we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna put it in here. Then I bought the packets. I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago, the cake yeast. My grandparents lived by that stuff. And you had to put it, you still had to put it in warm water, and you had to dissolve it, and then you had to wait till it activated. Well, we got the powdered stuff because I can't seem to find cake yeast anymore. So we're gonna dump that in with our sugar, just like that. Then you're going to take 2 cups of warm water. Don't make it too hot. You just want it to be warm. And you're going to dump it in with your sugar and your yeast. And then what I like to do is I like to stir it around so everything dissolves. You don't have to do it as elaborate as I do, but I'd like to get everything to be dissolved. And then you'll wait 5 minutes for your yeast to activate. When your yeast starts activating, what you'll see is you'll see little bubbles on top of your yeast. That means it's ready to go. So we're gonna wait 5 minutes, and we're gonna come back and I will show you the next step. All right, guys, so our yeast, it foamed up like it was supposed to. I don't know if y'all can see that. So that's what you want it to do. If it doesn't foam up and bubble like this, that means your yeast is dead and you have to get new and do it all over again. So just make sure your yeast is good before you do this, and you'll be good to go. So we're gonna do this in a stand mixer, the old-fashioned way. I don't think I can do it right now because I'm just tired. So we're going to dump this into our mixer. And then we're going to add the rest of our sugar that we had left. This is the rest of the half a cup that I took the 2 tablespoons out of for the yeast. We're going to put that in there. It calls for a 1/4 cup of oil. So we'll measure that out. A 1/4 cup. Dump that in there. And we're going to start mixing. It says to start mixing so that everything gets incorporated. And then we're going to do 1½ teaspoons of salt. I got 1, half. And then what we're going to do is add 1 cup of flour at a time. It's 5 to 6 cups of flour. You add 1 cup at a time to make it look like what it should. I'll show you guys what it's supposed to look like as it starts to form. It says to reserve the last cup just in case you need it. So we're going to start adding the flour. And don't worry if you make a mess. Those of you who see me over on on the other channel, I make a mess constantly, so it'll be okay. Turn this up a little bit. Ooh, not that much. And just let it keep mixing. Every once in a while, take a spatula of some sort, if I can find one. Hold on a second, guys. And push down the flour on the side, bring it in. So it all gets in there. Alright, so that's 5 cups. And we're going to hold the last one. Y'all see I'm making a mess. It's poofing everywhere. Now you don't want it too doughy. The dough should pull away from the sides of your bowl cleanly, which it's doing. I can't show you unless, yeah, if you look, it's pulling away from the side, and it's clean on, it's clean on the sides. Oh, now it's starting to stick. So maybe just add, I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. Turn it down because we're poofing again. Turn it back up and let it. Sorry, guys. There we go. And again, it's starting to pull away from the sides. It's not. So now what we're going to do is, it says to knead the dough for 7 minutes. So I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to push this down a little bit. And we're going to let this run for 7 minutes. And then we'll be back. So we have about 30 seconds left to let it knead. Like I said, you can do it the old-fashioned way, and you can stand there for 7 minutes and let it do it. I mean, I used to do it like that, but I got a couple more loaves that I have to make, so we're trying not to make this video super long. So we're gonna shut that off. We're gonna lift that up. Take that off the dough hook. Now it's gonna be a little sticky, but like I said, it pulls away from the bowl itself. So we're good. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna transfer it into another bowl. Like I said, it's gonna be sticky. I did have to add the extra half a cup after that last segment because it was still sticking to the sides. And then what you'll do is, yes, my hands are covered in dough. Take a damp cloth and you'll cover it. And we're going to set it aside. And we're going to let it rise for an hour. And then after the hour is done, we'll come back. And I will show you guys what we do next. Alright guys, so it's been an hour. And we're going to reveal what the bread looks like. It should have at least doubled in size, which I was looking at it. We did really good. Really good. So this is what it should look like. It has doubled in size. So the next step is to punch it down and knead it for a minute. So you just take your fist and it'll lose all the air. And then, what's that? I don't know what that is. That's weird. It's something blue. Huh. So we're gonna knead it for a minute. And then after you knead it for a minute, you're gonna cut it in half. And you're gonna basically cut it in half and you're gonna form it into like the pans. But I actually might get 3 out of this. Because the pans are a little small. So I might actually get 3 loaves out of this one. So we'll see. Alright, so that's been about a minute. So you can see that the pans are, you know, on the small side. So what you do is you get it. Sorry guys. And you form it into dough balls. Well, not balls. I need to put a little bit of oil on this. Sorry, guys. On my hand. We're going to form it into what looks like bread. Place it down in the pan like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, you got to let it rise for about another hour. And then we'll throw it in the oven. So I will be back after about an hour, and we'll throw them in the oven. Alright guys, so it's been an hour, and as you can see, it doubled in size inside the pans. So what we're gonna do next is we are gonna walk over here and we are going to set our oven for 350 degrees. We're gonna let it heat up and then we're gonna put it in the oven. Here we have it. Pulled them out of the oven. Golden brown. Buttered them on top like it called for. So we're gonna let them cool. We'll let you know how they taste.